Welcome back in the closet with the Runions.
Here we go again.
Just another chill session,
It is, and fall is in the air.
if you say so.
Fall, well, it actually isn't in the air. It's actually really hot outside. But what I mean, that's just a figure of speech, Runyon. I don't mean it's literally in the air like it's cold outside. I mean like everywhere you go, you're seeing fall things like decor. And,
Yeah, you are.
And my favorite, pumpkin spice everything.
Oh my gosh.
Everything. I am that basic white girl. And I am proud of it, and I don't care, because I am going to pumpkin spice everything for a while.
Yeah, we do a lot of pumpkin around here.
It's like from now until Christmas. It's actually from now, like from September and October and November, I'm pumpkin spicing everything.
I know this.
Like our house, like we just went to Walmart, okay? And I got, what did I get? Pumpkins. I got pumpkin, not necessarily pumpkin spice, but pumpkin scent, fall scent, tart burners, like wax to put in the tart burner.
Right.
Air spray, like room spray.
Right.
And a candle. Right?
Yeah, a candle.
So I came home, I was so excited because, I don't know, something about fall scents, the smell of fall, makes me happy.
It makes me happy too. I love fall.
I know.
But I didn't like that screaming kid.
Oh.
At Walmart.
Okay.
Good Lord
so
Almighty,
that brings up,
man.
so I'm circling back around to the pumpkin because I have something else to say, of course.
I thought he was little
Okay.
until he showed himself.
So Jeff and I, we separated in Walmart.
We're separated?
Yeah. Well, we separated in Walmart. You went to find the dog shampoo.
People are going to be like, you can get separated at Walmart?
Yeah.
They have a little legal division there now. You just go in.
Runyon, not that kind of separation. You know that. I said, let's get out of here. So you go get the dog shampoo. I'm going to go get my fall scents. So we separated. Okay. And like when I hear this kid, like scream, not just
I heard him too.
Right? Not just a crying baby. Like this kid
like somebody chopped his leg off.
Yeah, he was losing his stuff.
And you're thinking this kid is maybe 1.5?
Yeah, I would have thought maybe 1.5,
1.5, 2.
Well, here comes...
So you're thinking, oh, that's, poor kid.
Right. But I'm talking uncontrollable screaming.
It
like
was...
blood... Like you're straight up in a haunted house screaming.
We were in there 15, 20 minutes at least, and I heard it the whole time.
Right. So Jeff and I meet back up, and we start talking about it. Because he heard it where he was in the store. I heard it where... So, obviously, this kid's loud. So, what's the rule? Like, what's the... As a parent, which I'm a parent, you're a parent. A lot of us are parents. So, it's not like I'm sitting here and not having any kids giving my 2 cents. I have kids. I've had kids crying in the store before. What is the rule of, like, I'm going to get my freaking kid out of here so he doesn't disturb people while they're shopping?
Well, I saw them...
Well, I did too.
And the kid was a lot older than I thought.
I would say, what do you say, 3?
3.5, 4.
I don't know about, well, yeah, maybe somewhere in there.
He was too big to be throwing a fit.
He was big enough to know better. He was big enough to be like, kid, you sit down. I don't know. He was big enough to
but his crew with him, they weren't even, it was like he did not exist. It's like they didn't even, like they couldn't hear him. Like
I know.
They were ignoring him, and it was such effort. Like, he was going so hard in the paint. Like, I was like, dude, how are you sustaining this effort? Like, this is not easy. Couldn't be.
No.
Because he wasn't even crying anymore. Like, he was just screaming and throwing a fit.
But what is
for like 20 minutes?
What is the rule? I mean, how long do you let that go on before you just abandon your cart, or you take your cart to customer service and say, obviously my kid's losing his crap. We need to go to the car and figure things out. We will be back. Can you hold my stuff? Like, what is the rule? Like, when's enough?
It was enough. I would say when they're that age and they know what they're doing, it's enough 30 seconds in.
No, I'm saying that you let your kid go on before you take him out of the store.
That's my point. 30 seconds in at that age.
And then you
it's
take
not
him
like
outside.
it's a 1-year-old or a 1.5-year-old, or they're just hungry, or they're
right.
Or they're whatever. I mean, that's one thing. But when they're 3, 4 years old,
we weren't talking about a baby crying.
You yank them out of there. You take them and you do whatever you do. Nowadays, I don't know what you can do. I don't know if you have to go out there and like read like a nice little poem to them about behaving themselves as a parent, or you could do like my dad did and just freaking whack me in front of everybody in the store
Oh,
and embarrass me.
Dude, that's not going to fly anymore. They'll take you to jail.
I know, but that was so effective for me that he would embarrass me. He'd say, "You act like that, I'll embarrass you in front of everybody."
My mom carried a wooden spoon in her purse. Tell
My
me
mom
I don't
did, too.
know. I'll never forget. I was in the store one day, and I was old enough to be like carrying a little purse around. Like I was a little girl. It wasn't like I was in middle school, but I remember this vividly. We were in the deli section. I had my little purse, and I was slinging my purse around my wrist, right?
Yeah.
And she kept saying, "Angie, stop! You're going to end up hitting somebody. Angie, stop! You're going to end up hitting somebody." Well, I didn't listen. She took that wooden spoon out of her purse in the middle of whatever grocery store we were in at the deli, and she whacked my leg with it right there in the middle of the store. Nobody did anything. I mean, they were like, "Yeah, you go.
It's about time, woman.
Exactly.
What took you so long,
If
right?"
we did that now, could you imagine me with a wooden spoon when the kids were little in this day and age?
There'd be a cop waiting at your
There
car.
would be so many people on their cell phones reporting me that it's not even funny, which I think there's nothing wrong with it.
No, not unless you're smacking them upside the head with
That's
it.
why these kids are so like entitled and like nothing ever happens to him. It makes me furious. But anyway, back to this kid. He was making me uncomfortable to shop. Like, I mean, I've had kids, like, I can overlook a lot of things. Like, he's throwing a little fit, okay, fine. But this was, like, chart breaker. Like, the Academy Award goes to this kid.
He was killing it. He was killing it. I don't know what was motivating him. If he just didn't want to be in Walmart.
I couldn't even understand what he was saying.
I couldn't understand him either, but he could talk.
He was wanting something, or
He could
I
talk.
don't know.
But
anyway.
listen, I mean, I know that I've told people that have little kids, like with the first one, you have them and you go to a restaurant and they're loud or they start crying, babies, you like freak out and you want to get out of there. Like you still have that in you. You have your second kid and third kid and they're crying. Somebody gives you a dirty look. You're like, "You not have any kids, man?"
Yeah.
I'm going to eat my freaking meal.
Well,
I'm going to eat my meal unless they're nuts crazy. Then
Yeah.
you take them out and you bring them back in.
I don't know. If I'm in a restaurant, if we were in a restaurant, we always took our kids out when they started.
No, we did.
Because a
but I'm
restaurant's different
saying-
than a grocery store. You're trying to like,
I guess.
you know what I mean? You're trying to enjoy your meal.
Right,
like you're
right.
sitting down. A grocery store is a little different, or a store.
And you're kind of stuck in the middle of your grocery shopping. You got cold stuff in there. It's kind of hard to just leave it.
No, I was thinking opposite. I was thinking at a restaurant, you're eating at dinner. Like people are around you are trying to sit down and eat a meal.
No,
They
I
don't
agree with you.
want
I got you.
Loud
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
So
No, I agree with you.
we
You should
always
take them out.
We always took our kids out of a restaurant.
Right.
At the store, I feel like there's a little more of a leeway, but there becomes a point where you just make people around you uncomfortable, and people are staring, and it's. And I wasn't judging the mom at all,
Right.
but like I did look over there because I wanted to see what the
Oh,
heck
I
was
was
going
looking.
on.
I was going to go
But I
find
didn't-
him, man.
I-
I was going to rescue the kid. I thought he was getting like tortured or something.
She made eye contact with me. The mom did. I just smiled at her. I didn't want her to think that I was like, you know, I didn't want her popping off on me. But like, I don't know, man. Take your kid outside if it's to the point of where they're like really disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
And that's coming from someone who has kids and
has had to take them
and
out because
knows.
they were disturbing
exactly.
the peace.
It happens.
We've been there.
But
You know what
man,
though, with the discipline though, like we were talking about, which I the good old days, I guess. Like I remember in church, we'd sit up like probably 2 or 3 rows back, and there was the choir. You know, the choir was
Right.
a big deal, and my dad sang in the choir. My dad and my mom. And what would happen to me is if I was down there talking and goofing off.
Yeah.
He did this a couple of times. He would leave the choir in the middle of a song,
Right.
come down and grab me off the front row, walk me out back to one of the back classrooms, and he would wear my butt out. He would whip me, and he would say, "All right," and with me red-faced from crying, he would make sure he got me out of that room and walk me back to the front in front of everybody with a red face.
But we couldn't do
It
that now.
embarrassed the crap out of you. And then you go right back up there and sing.
We can't do that now. Same church. We did that to our kids.
I'd do it.
No, you would, but I'm just
But
saying,
I mean,
like,
I-
it's just
I mean,
so
I-
different now. I mean, you can't discipline kids now the way you used to because they just are so sensitive. Like, everybody's so sensitive.
Well, you can't in public, right?
Yeah, but even if anybody gets wind of it, I mean, you know what I'm saying? And the kids, too, like, I remember, I think it was Maddie. I'm pretty sure it was Maddie. she sassed me really bad one day when she was probably, I would say, in 5th grade, maybe, right around there. Like, I don't put up with back talk. Like, we can banter, and I know they kid around with me a lot, and we joke around, but when I'm serious, and I know there's a difference between that, we are joking around now, and now you really just sassed me. She really just sassed me one day, and I just took my hand, and I just barely popped her in the mouth, like just on the lips, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't. It wasn't even a hit. It was just like a. What did you just say? Like, just pop her in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And if I did that in public, and in fact, somebody might call CPS on me right now because I admitted to doing that.
Come on over.
I mean, let's go. But I'm just saying, we talk about that now. She laughs about it now. She was like, "You popped me in the mouth," but it got her attention. It got her attention because I don't want her talking to me that way. You know what I mean? But you can't do stuff like that anymore. I mean, the dirty looks I would get if I did that in public, oh dear Lord. Although I don't know. Them being teens now, if I did it in public, I probably would get a round of applause because teens are so nasty talking.
Yeah, they can be.
So, I don't know. But anyway, cute kid. Nothing against the family, but man, if it gets to that point, just take your kid to the car for a minute. Let him calm down. Like, give him a snack. Maybe he was hangry.
Not calming down. I don't know.
I don't know.
It wasn't phasing her.
She was with somebody. Let the other adult take him to the car. You finish your shopping and let's move on the way.
That's
you know
true,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
But anyway, enough about that. I could go on forever, but it's just, it made me nervous while I was shopping. I was like, whew, I'm glad my kids don't throw fits like that anymore. You know?
It was strong, man.
Yeah.
It was he had some lungs.
He did.
It was a long run for that kid.
He's
probably napping right now. He had to wear himself out.
He made me tired. I feel like laying down.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, give that kid whatever he wants. Like,
see, that's the problem, Runyon.
Let's get him to shut up. Well, he's not my kid. I don't care. Just get him to shut up while I'm here.
Jeff's walking by
You know
with all
what
this
I'm
candy. You're
saying?
like, here, kid.
Yeah, just
Eat
dump
the sucker. Here.
I need to give him some NyQuil, man. Give him
Oh
some
my
Benadryl.
gosh. Okay, so back. Can we talk about pumpkin again? I wasn't finished.
I guess.
Okay, so we were, like I just said, we were in Walmart, and I ran across these Starbucks pumpkin spice latte pre-made drinks.
Right.
Right, and they caught my eye because it was
It's
pumpkin. Right.
Yeah.
So I was just curious, and I turned around the label. It was like freaking 270 calories.
Right.
45 grams of carbs, some odd sugars, like 4 grams of fat. And I looked at the ingredients, and it was basically, I don't know, I can't remember. I took a picture of it, but
Great for bulking season.
I looked at the ingredients, and it was like, of course, it was coffee or espresso, reduced fat milk, sugar, skim milk, natural flavors, salt, and something I can't say, of course. So I thought, well, I can make this at home, right?
Yeah.
So I went down the baking aisle, and I got a can of pumpkin, and I got some pumpkin spice, like, seasoning, and I already had coffee, and I used protein. So I came home, I made my own for a fraction of everything. Like, I don't have the macros figured up right now, but, like, I'm telling you, it was, like, way more than half the calories, way more than... The carbs in what I made was probably less than 10 grams of carbs in the drink that I made. So I just took my coffee. Mm-hmm. I took a tablespoon of, like, the pumpkin puree that you make pumpkin pie with.
Right.
Put it in my cup. I did 2 or 3 tablespoons of vanilla protein, like the Premier protein.
Which doesn't taste good.
Uh-huh.
Which doesn't taste... Oh, wait. You
the
did...
vanilla, yeah. The
okay.
Premier protein.
I'm thinking of the powder.
No,
okay,
like the pre-made vanilla. So
yeah. I got you.
A couple of tablespoons of that. I drizzled on some pumpkin...
I'm with you.
I drizzled on some pumpkin spice flavoring and just a little bit of stevia.
Drizzle.
A little bit of stevia. And I heated it up in the microwave for about a minute because it was the coffee from this morning.
Right.
And it tasted amazing.
It was good. I tasted it.
You tasted it.
I did.
You smelled it. My mom came over at the time. I didn't let her taste it. I don't drink after people.
Right.
She's my mama, but I still don't drink after her.
No,
but I let her
either.
smell it. I let her take a sniff, and she said it smelled amazing. So
it did smell.
I'm going to do it again probably this afternoon.
Is that like an announcement? Are you like so people want to come and watch?
No, Runyon. If you would let me finish, because you keep interrupting me today. If you let me finish, I was going to say, I'm going to try it this afternoon again, cold, to see if it tastes good cold.
Okay, cool.
I'm
excited about that.
Why are you laughing at me?
I'm just laughing.
Oh, so anyway, I'm pumpkin everything. I'm probably going to run up to Bath and Body Works here later and see if I can find me some lotion.
Wow.
Brilliant. I'm out of lotion and spray.
Uh-huh.
I need to smell good, and why not smell like fall?
It's true.
That's all I got on that. Now you can talk.
Wow, thank you. I'm just here to fill the space when Ange isn't talking in the closet. So
I don't know. It's just I'm just that basic white girl. It'll switch over when I get to Christmas. It'll be like peppermint everything.
Oh, nah, I'm not into peppermint.
Oh, I love
just
peppermint.
Maybe for headaches if you rub it on you, right?
That
Is that
peppermint,
the stuff?
the essential oil peppermint.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Why don't
works.
we have some of that stuff? Where is it?
I don't know.
Do we have any of that?
Mm-mm. No, but you can get some.
Should you rub it on your temples or something?
Yeah, the back of your neck. I mean, you can rub it wherever you want.
Actually, I heard
I wouldn't do that.
if you put it under your tongue, some drops under your tongue, it gets rid of a headache really easily. Plus, massaging your head will get rid of your headaches too. But you know what? Another home remedy, life hack everybody out there needs to hear about.
What?
I've got to tell the story of how it works.
Do it.
Last night, me and Ange were out.
Oh, gosh.
And we were having a great time. There was a dead parade or a funeral parade, or it had to do with eliminating racism and other serious problems.
Like just hate in general, I think.
And there's people like, it kind of looked like Halloween style stuff. You know, people
cool.
dressed up. It was cool. So we had some dinner. I had some drinks.
Which was free, by the way.
Dinner was free.
Surprise to us.
I have a rewards card that I use every time insurance reps are in. It's a little trick. So if you're listening, sorry
Another
guys.
hack.
So whenever the insurance reps are in, and they're like, "Hey, let's go. I'll buy you dinner. Let's go talk. I'll buy you dinner, some drinks, blah blah blah, whatever." I'm like, I take them to the same place, and then I'm like, "Hey man, since it's on your company and you're not here, you don't have one of these where you're from. You mind if I use my rewards card on it?" And so I do that all the time. Last night we get the bill, and I'm like, "Hey, see what I've got on this rewards card?" She comes back, I had $50 on there.
And our bill, because I didn't get to have any drinks because I'm on this stupid 8-week plan I can't drink, was
That's
like
right.
what?
It's like $42 or something.
It was still $42 without me drinking?
I drank some beer. And what it was $42.
Dang.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was free. Then we walked down to another spot, Adelphia. We ran into good friends, and we're sitting there, and
You're not going to tell this story, are you?
oh yeah, what did I do to my phone? It's all right. Don't panic. Yeah, I'm going to tell the story.
Oh gosh, if you guys
I'm not
that
gonna
were
give any
there,
names.
I know, but the two of you that were there, if you're listening, we didn't discuss this before, but he's going to tell the story.
Well, but people need to know.
Okay, people need to know.
This is
they
important.
don't need to know who
No,
it
I'm not going
happened
to say who
okay,
it is.
All right, go.
It happened to me for all you can care, because I
Okay.
would do it too. Anyway, so one of the guys was eating, what was he eating? Quesadillas, and he had jalapenos on it, and he doesn't like the seeds, so he's cleaning with his fingers. You know, he's
picking the seeds out.
He's picking the seeds out, and he has his hands all over. Well, then he goes to the bathroom and he pees. His, what do you want to call it? His dong, or
I think
his dong, his schlong.
I
it
think
starts
he said
hurting.
his organ is what I think he said.
That sounds right.
He called it his organ.
His organ started burning. Okay, so he's, you don't rub your eyes, you don't touch your junk. So his organ's hurting, burning. So he orders a Smirnoff vodka, takes it into the bathroom with him, and he washes his dong with it.
His organ.
His schlong.
Because alcohol.
His cock.
Oh gosh, we're getting too much now. Because he says that alcohol
It
is
worked.
what is it? Neutralizes the.
Yeah, he said milk doesn't. I'm like, why are you going to dip in milk? Like, he didn't dip it either. So just don't go dipping it.
He said the alcohol takes away the oil.
I would think it would not be good to get in your pee hole.
What?
Alcohol.
Oh gosh.
So he went in there and he rubbed it on there. He said it's because it's what, oil based?
Something about
like,
that, yeah.
Something
I
about
was
not the Smirnoff, but the jalapeno, the sting. But it worked. He washed it in
and then
vodka, and it worked.
And so can I finish the story? Because this is funny.
Yeah. Have at it, yo.
So that's your life hack right there. If you need to know the hack, if something's burning, just rubbing alcohol or Smirnoff.
Or you get
works
Smirnoff, and I had the rest of it Smirnoff.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So this same cup, he still has Smirnoff in, and Jeff's drinking a trash can, an Irish trash can, which is every liquor under the sun with a Red Bull
tradition
on top.
when I go there. I have to have one.
So this guy, I almost said his name. So this guy decided he didn't want the rest of his Smirnoff, and he pours it in Jeff's cup. And I just thought for some reason it struck me funny because in my mind, I know he didn't do this, but in my mind he dipped his organ in it. You know what I mean? I know he didn't.
He didn't.
But
Yeah.
But to me, that cup of Smirnoff represented his organ, and he poured it in your cup. And
Are you
drank
upset?
It.
Did you want to drink from the cup?
No.
Is that why?
Oh my gosh.
But here's the thing. Even if you would have dipped it, it would have been clean. It's alcohol.
I don't
right?
I don't know, but the whole thing was just funny. It was funnier when you were there at the time, but just I don't know. Good to know, I guess.
I guess it's good to know.
It's good to know.
If you're eating some really hot wings and you don't
go to the
clean your
bathroom?
hands very well, and you go to the bathroom and eat your, this stuff happens.
It happens. You don't think, and then all of a sudden you're in some sort of trauma.
Yeah. You don't want your organ to be burning.
I would imagine not. I don't have that particular organ.
That's good.
But I can imagine I wouldn't want it to be burning.
You would not want any organs to be burning.
No. So, anyway, we learned that last night.
We did. We learned it.
You know what else I learned?
No.
Yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't know. Sometime this week, I'm totally shifting gears right now.
Shift it.
I'm done talking about organs and alcohol. Modern Family, the show.
It's a good show.
I love the show.
I've been watching it lately.
Everybody loves the show. They're in season, I think, 10. Don't quote me on that.
They are.
And I heard they're going to kill off a significant character this season.
What's the definition of significant?
That's what I want to know. I'm assuming this a significant character. It to me would be one of the main ones, like of the families. You have the gay family that has the adopted daughter.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Then you've got the older man that married the hot Spanish girl.
Yeah.
Is she Spanish or is she
I don't know
Puerto
where
Rican?
she's from.
Whatever.
Like
and then they have Manny, and they had that baby Joey.
Right.
And then you have the traditional family like us with their bratty teen and
Yes.
that boy.
Yes.
I can't imagine any
Phil
of them.
Dunphy. Don't kill off Phil Dunphy. He's awesome.
The show
man.
would be nothing without Phil Dunphy.
He's awesome.
They can't kill off Claire because they're a good team. They can't kill off the two gay guys because they make the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
it's
I can't
it's really
imagine
well
a
done.
show without anybody, not even the dad. I mean the older dad, like the dad. What's his name?
I don't. Bundy? Wasn't he like?
Well, he's Al Bundy, but I mean, what's his name on the show? Why can I not remember?
I can't remember.
Well,
either.
you know what I mean. The older man died. I can't imagine any of them being gone. And how mean would it be?
You know
to
how
kill
we
off
can
a
find
kid?
out? We need to Google them and see who's got like new jobs, like upcoming movies or stuff coming up.
I don't
that
know.
they're,
I
like,
want to
getting
know.
out of the show.
But what Jeff and I were talking about in the car when I was told him about this earlier, I bet you it's the dog. That dog.
See, that's not right because that's not.
But it's a significant character, kind of.
No, it's not a significant character.
Tell dog lovers that dog's not a significant character.
How could that be considered a significant character?
Because the dad, what's his freaking name? The dad is so, loves that dog. It's
that's right. He does love it more than, the kid almost.
The family, yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what I feel like that makes it a significant character.
But how are they going to be, they said it's going to be, what, heartfelt?
Heartfelt for a few episodes. That's why I think it's a dog. Yeah, because the human nature of an average person. Now, I'm not talking about an avid dog lover. But for a regular person, you're gonna mourn your dog. On a show, a dog dies. A couple episodes, you're gonna feel it. But if an actual human dies on the show,
you think it'll last longer? Is what you're saying?
But for some people, it wouldn't. They'd be like, "I'd
for some
mourn that
people,
dog
yeah, the
longer than
dog sociopaths."
So I don't know. So Jeffrey,
it's true. Tony Soprano.
that's not a sociopath.
Yeah,
Jeff, that's labeling, and that is rude.
That's how they define him. He loved those ducks. And he cried when they left. He would kill a human, but he wouldn't hurt an animal. It's weird.
Tony Soprano definitely was in his character a sociopath. Yes, but the average person who is not going to kill a human, but is going to mourn the death of a dog on a show for more than a few episodes.
No, I'm not saying they're a sociopath.
Well, you want to listen back here in a minute and just let's clarify that.
Okay.
So if you
I'm
would
saying
mourn
if
a
you
dog,
have no, I'm saying, okay, if that person is really upset about the dog dying on the show and they have no regard for human life, I think isn't that like a sociopath, someone that doesn't have any regard for human life? I don't know. That's why I need to have a psychologist on here to help us with all this stuff.
But Jeff, that's like, you're going to extreme.
I am. That's what I do.
Okay.
So anybody that I offended,
you didn't.
all you sociopaths out there that are upset, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Okay? Here's the deal. Maybe we'll do a podcast on sociopath versus psychopath. And get that down. That'd be kind of fun.
Babe, I'm not qualified enough to do that.
We just Google it.
No, Google doesn't know everything.
Google.
Do you
Google.
not watch
Google.
Do you not watch any of my videos I've done through the week on my social media? I
Yes.
tell people don't Google shit.
Well, don't Google that shit. But
no, you're not.
we can find good.
No, we can't.
You can't find a
You
good
don't-
authority
no, you don't-
for
no.
a sociopath?
No.
What about Webster's Dictionary?
Nope. I think we need a psychologist to define this for us because it's a very delicate topic.
And we got to make sure that that person doesn't use Google. But what if they use Bing?
Jeffrey,
What is Ask Jeeves? Ask Jeeves. Remember Ask Jeeves? Is that still out there, you think?
I don't know.
Ask Jeeves?
Probably.
The little butler, like, holding the
Do you want
plate?
me to ask Jeeves what a
Ask Jeeves.
what a sociopath is? I'll do that in just a second. But what I was talking about was a psychologist is going to have a degree, right? It's not going to. She doesn't have a degree
Hopefully,
from Google.
yeah.
That's what you're telling me.
Well, I mean, some people probably get the degree. I mean, Google's pretty good. Now, hold on. What was I going to say? I'm sorry, we got off track.
This says whatever happened to Ask Jeeves.
Sopranos was such a good show. We need to rewatch that.
No, I don't want to rewatch Sopranos.
Oh, so
My
good.
phone's not working proper. I'm trying to.
We don't have. What is wrong with you?
I'm
and your
trying to
frickin'
figure
phone?
up whatever happened to Ask Jeeves.
Man, that dude outside, he cut his grass, and when he uses his blower, he blows and blows and blows. Like he's like 2 houses down. Like, come on, bro.
He came over one day after he cut this grass. We're across the street from him, and he blew off our driveway because he thought he got some grass on there.
He's a sweet man. He's a really good dude. He would probably do anything for you, is the way he seems.
He's probably a sociopath.
No, he's not.
Well,
He's a very nice gentleman that plants trees.
My
and
phone.
stuff.
Oh, Jeeves himself retired in 2016. Just if you need to know.
Yeah, I've
But-
wondered about that.
But Ask.com is still around as the 6th biggest web property in the U.S. with 90 million monthly users. So there you go. So there's no more Ask Jeeves. We've got Ask.com. And we're going to ask, well, I don't know.
See, it's not functional. You need to get out of there and go to like Google.
I don't want to go to Google.
Ask. Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Look at that.
So what am I putting in? What is a sociopath?
Yeah, what is a sociopath?
What is a I don't even know if I know how to spell it.
Just start. It'll spell it for you.
Sociopathic person. How about that?
I like it.
3 ways to determine if someone is a sociopath.
Oh, Wikipedia.
This is legit then.
Wikipedia.
It's a condition that prevents people from adapting to the ethical and behavioral standards of his or her community. Psychopathic individuals can be dangerous, exhibiting criminal behavior, organizing dangerous cults, and causing harm to themselves and others. There are several signs that someone may be a sociopath, including showing lack of remorse, having a disregard for the law, and frequently telling lies. So all of our children are sociopaths.
Possibly.
Every freaking one of our children, because of these signs. They have no remorse. They have no regard for what we say. And they lie all the freaking time. Damn it. We've got sociopaths for kids.
Check them in.
Oh, look at this picture. Anyway, I think that it goes deeper than that because otherwise half of the of us would be sociopaths. I mean, really.
It goes deeper than that. You got to think of it as an extreme level of those things.
They oftentimes feel overly entitled to certain positions, people, and things. Teenagers. See, every teenager is a sociopath. They believe their own beliefs and opinions are absolute authority and disregard opinions of others. Teenagers. Sociopaths are rarely shy, insecure, or at loss for words. They may cultivate an innocent persona. It is as if they are playing a character in a play, with very thoughtful displays of their personality. They may act innocent or especially sweet, which is easy to believe because they are very good actors. Teenagers.
I can think of some sociopaths for sure. I know of one.
Sociopaths exhibit abnormally spontaneous and daring behavior. Teenagers. They can be criminals. Teenagers.
Why are you being so hateful?
They are professional liars. Teenagers. Sociopaths have low tolerance for boredom. Teenagers. They consider persons' relationships with others. Wait, what? The way that a person interacts with others may be... I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't...
Blah, blah,
have you
blah.
scrolled into another
No.
disease?
Sociopaths are manipulative. Teenagers. Sociopaths lack empathy and may be incapable of love. Teenagers. Sociopaths have a hard time dealing with criticisms. Teenagers.
Wow. You really...
So basically
talk
all
about labeling.
Teenagers are sociopaths.
She gets mad at me for labeling, and then you label the teenagers.
You have a blueberry on your lip. Get it...
I love me some blueberries.
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to make a point here.
And you're being funny.
Here's what I'm trying to do.
Time.
I'm being funny. Here's what I'm trying to do. You Google something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of these symptoms of a sociopath can be related to a teenager.
You could
but all
attach it to a lot
teenagers
of
aren't
things.
sociopaths.
No.
So that's my point. If you Google a headache, you've got a brain tumor.
Yes.
Right? That's
I've
my
had
whole
a few.
point. That's my whole point of saying that. So when I was saying in my videos this week, I don't know how to get off on this, you can't Google this stuff because you're going to come up with...
That's what she said.
Really... You're going to come up with really vague, one-sided information. That's all I'm trying to say.
I'm with you.
How did we get off on this? Anyway, Jeff called everybody out there sociopaths. I just labeled it as teens.
Okay, well, listen, I got something else I learned that I'm gonna throw at you.
Good.
Okay, then we can wrap this up.
Okay.
Wrap it up. The wrap it up box. Okay, I learned today, which shocked me, because you know how you talk about, oh, well, in the 1800s, the lifespan was like 40, 45, 50 years old.
Yeah.
Like people didn't live as long.
Right.
I learned that that's BS. For
Really?
like 2,000 years, we've been on the same path. You know why? If you look up life expectancy, you know how it works? We're looking at it at like 1890, say people live to 48. It's an average life expectancy. So all the babies that die brings the average down. And there were a ton more babies dying back then than now. The baby's only at like 9% now of all the babies born die. Back then it was a huge percentage.
But
from infection and disease and all that.
But you don't think that the life expectancy is longer now because of the progressions we made in medicine?
It is, but not by much. They've always said it's for like the last 1,000 years. It's been like 60 to 60s to 80s.
When it's like as the years go on, we evolve, like the technology and what we can do, and
you know what else evolved? We've started all these. We've created all these foods. We've created all the industrial stuff. It has created most of our diseases are from us developing and evolving and growing and creating, like the diseases. Chickenpox comes from chickens. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like it's because of us.
I get that, but also we have medicine now, and we have ways, and we have more knowledge of how to fix those diseases.
Right. So people aren't dying at 1 year old. People aren't dying when they're born.
Yeah, but people are living longer because maybe somebody back in the 1800s with heart disease couldn't live because they didn't have stents.
No, definitely.
So I'm sorry,
no,
I don't
definitely.
I don't know about that statistic.
No.
I don't know about that. I think that life expectancy is a lot longer now.
It's not a lot longer.
I think it is.
It isn't. It's a little bit longer, not a lot longer.
Are you a toddler right now? It's just a little bit longer. Not a lot. Not a lot. Just a little. I mean, really.
Listen.
Jeffrey.
Keep it up. And we will throw down in the closet.
We've done it before. We can do it again.
Signing off. I'm in. Let's do it. It always turns out okay.
I don't know. I don't know. But
You know, it's
okay.
a good debate.
It is. It's
We
fine.
can continue it another time.
I'm just glad I live now and not in the 1800s because there's a lot of medicine, a lot of surgeries, a lot of knowledge from doctors now that they didn't have back then that makes us live a lot longer, in my opinion.
That's true.
That's just me.
People weren't getting...
But I'm not Jeeves. You didn't ask me. Jeeves is retired.
Jeeves is done. Jeeves got out of the business.
So that's just my opinion. But anyway.
All right.
It's an interesting one. Interesting.
It's an interesting
Maybe we
fact.
should... Is it a fact, though? Where did you get this fact?
I don't remember.
See, where'd you get this? It's a Twitter fact.
It is not a Twitter
I bet
fact.
you
I heard it
anything.
in a podcast.
Okay, was it Joe Rogan's podcast?
Of course it was Joe Rogan's podcast.
Mother effer. I told you. Everything Who was it? Who was he talking to?
A very smart guy.
How do we know this very smart guy wasn't just an Angie behind a microphone
wasn't an
making
Angie.
stuff up?
He's a physiologist.
Physiologist?
I think that's what his title was. Physiologist? I think it's physiologist.
I'd have to read more on this study, but I'm really not that interested to.
It's not even a study. It's just you look it up and it says the average age and it shows the infant mortality rate, which obviously brings the average way down.
So you're sitting here telling me that back in the 1800s, people lived to be 80.
Not many. Not many live to 80
Then
now.
you're Yes, they do.
I said 60 to 80. 60 to 70 was for someone healthy, like...
In the 1800s, that was the average age, was 60 to 80 that you lived. That's bull crap, Jeffrey.
You look so upset right now over the 1800s age length.
It's stupid. Like, you can't convince me that people lived just as long back then as they do now. I'm sorry, you cannot convince me of that.
I don't think they did.
You just contradicted
But
yourself.
it's not as drastic as I thought it was, is basically my point. I thought it was like 45 because that's what it says. The average was 45. I don't think that's true. I don't think people were dying. Most people were dying before they hit 50.
Probably not most people, but...
You're right. They were probably dying in their early to mid 60s, which is crazy nowadays.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, people are really healthy and okay in their 60s.
Yeah.
Usually.
Right.
They're still active.
I mean, most people, if you take care of yourself, but
Right.
we have advances in medicine and technology and surgeries. There's robots that do surgery now. Guarantee you that didn't happen in the 1800s.
Gosh, you're so smart.
No, I'm not.
You're right.
I'm
There were
just-
no
I'm a
robots in the
realist.
1800s.
Shut up. I'm leaving. Bye. Goodbye.
Good night.